Hey Sarah, so I figured out the problem. It was a simple mistake that I was making. So if you have a conjugate pair, there are a couple things you know. So here's what they told you the conjugate, here's what they told you. So if this is a 0, then they always come in plus or minus pairs. So if that's a 0, then also 2 plus the square root of 5 is a 0. And I kind of figured out, I went backwards and knew that because I did the quadratic formula from what Michener said the answer was. And when I did that, I got 2 plus or minus the square root of 5. Okay? So it's going to be, if minus 2 minus the square root of 5 is a 0, so is 2 plus the square root of 5. Okay, next I'm going to go back to what else I know. I always know that if I have a 0, I can make the equation, it's always x minus, because here's where that 0 goes. So my original equation is x minus, and then I plug something in here. Then x minus, and I plug something in here. So since I know this is a 0, I'm going to put 2, this is kind of parentheses because of this minus, 2 minus the square root of 5. Okay, so it's like a parentheses inside a parentheses. So I know that's one of my zeros, and then right here, the other one is 2 plus the square root of 5. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through and FOIL that out. But when I FOIL it out, it comes out to be kind of this big thing. So I'm going to do it in a box. So this one right here, I'm going to write x, and then it's minus 2. But it's also then, because minus times that, I have to distribute a property, so that actually becomes a plus square root of 5. Okay? And I'm just going to do this in the box method so you can see, because there's so much going on in there. Then this one, x minus 2, so I get a negative 2 there, and then the minus goes here, so to the minus square root of 5. All right, I'm just going to box this so that I can organize it. So basically what happens here, in this box I do x times x. That gives me x squared. Okay. Then in this box is really the x times the next thing. So x times, that gives me negative 2x. And then I do this. So minus square root of 5x. Right? Now, minus 2, I'm going to take this times everything. So minus 2 times that x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 gives me positive 4. Negative 2 times negative square root of 5 gives me positive 2 square root of 5. Okay, now I'm going to do this times everything. But do you remember here how this was parentheses? So minus a negative made that positive. So take this times the x, gives me plus square root 5x. This times that, negative 2, so negative 2 square root 5. And then positive square root of 5 times negative square root of 5 is negative 5, because 5 times 5 is 25, square root of 25 is 5, so minus 5. Okay, now I'm going to look and see, is there anything that I can like cancel out? Look at this. Negative 2 square root of 5, positive 2. Those kind of cancel out. Then negative 5, or square root of 5x, positive. Those two cancel out. So really when I solve it down, I've got x squared, negative 2x plus negative 2x minus 4x, and then positive 4, negative 5, minus 1. There's how we went. So my guess is he's not going to ask you one this big on the equation, but generally anytime you have a 0. So say they told you you had zeros at x equals 2 and negative 4. So this is a totally different question, but you can always set it up. There's 2 zeros, so I just go, I know it's going to be x minus because your 0 goes right here. It's always the opposite of this thing. So then I plug that 2 in right there, and the minus 4 goes, and then you have to multiply it out. So in this case, this is way easier But it's the same concept. So I get x squared plus 4x, sorry, the dogs are barking, minus 2x minus 8. So x squared plus 2x minus 8. The process is the same. It's just easier to see here than it is to see with all these extras. That's why the box might be helpful. So I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to catch that earlier. It was this, the minus and the minus that I missed. And then conjugate pair right there. So hopefully that helps. Have a super great night, and I'll talk to you another time. Bye.